What if I told you you could find a 24-inch 1080p 144-inch panel right now, brand new, for $170 US? Okay, maybe there are a few in that price range. But what if I also told you this particular monitor has an IPS display? That's right, the Pixio PX247 has all of those things for $169.99, which I'm struggling to wrap my mind around. I don't see how they got it this cheap. We're gonna see if there are any inherent compromises and check it all out in this video. Stay with me.
If you're sick of seeing that same Activate Windows watermark over and over, snag an OEM license from SCD Key. You'll have a fully activated OS in seconds and you can kiss that watermark goodbye. And be sure to use menu offer code GSL for that sweet discount.
So, opening the box here, first thing we find is a AC/DC adapter, which is actually, it's kind of a weird form factor. This is like what you would find for like a big phone or something, or maybe even a laptop. Usually they have a big brick in the middle, right? And then two cable strands on either end. But this is kind of cool. I don't know, I think we can make it work. Obviously that means there is no integrated AC adapter, which is one of the reasons why I believe this panel is so skinny. Now we're gonna flip this box over, and without destroying the monitor, let's see how it's all packaged. So kind of like a styrofoam here. You can see the monitor stand is not very big. Also a testament to how small this panel is. All right, what other goodies we have? This is a DisplayPort cable. That's good for 1080p 144 hertz, obviously. It's a DP 1.2 cable, 1.5 meters in length. And here is the panel. Ready for this, Nate? All right, that ain't working. Oh, look at that, I'm just death gripping it with one hand. It's that small. I mean, this is a really slim panel here. It's very light. Obviously, not having an integrated AC adapter is gonna play a huge role in that. And check it out from the side, very slim. You get speakers, it looks like, at the base. You get one HDMI port there and one display port. I'm gonna check and see what version HDMI that is, and your DC input there, as well as a headphone jack. And this, I believe, is where we will mount the monitor to the stand. And one of the ways they're definitely keeping costs down here is by using a very small, I mean, it's a light monitor, so I can't really dock them much for using such a slim stand, but it's not elegant looking by any means. I mean, they're just using a plastic cover to literally, you know, keep this out of sight, even though it's on the back of the panel anyway, and I doubt most of you will see it. It's just a very rudimentary solution to a problem that I don't even think is that big a deal. And the last part here is gonna be the stand. And there's just one more Phillips screw holding that together. Oh yeah. Screw with confidence, boys. Nice, not bad. I mean, it's a cute monitor. And let's go ahead and talk about the stand before we plug it in and check out how good the screen quality is. This is a very, again, rudimentary stand, so you've only got tilt support up and down, not very much. I'd say maybe 10 to 15 degrees up and down. You can't rotate it left or right, so you're not gonna be able to position this vertically with the included stand anyway. And it does actually look like you have VESA support, so if you wanted to mount these to you know, custom monitor stands, you could do that. That is a nice inclusion because, again, I imagine a lot of you are not going to be happy with this. You can't raise it. You could have to put books under it or something. The good old college method where you're putting textbooks under your monitor to raise it or lower it. And there's really not much else to this panel. Interested in the OSD. Pixio OSDs have been decent. Nothing major to complain about. Small PX247 logo there at the bottom left. Bottom right has a power indicator. I believe it's right there. And then we've got 5 dedicated buttons. So we'll run through those here in a second. The monitor is super low to the desk. I mean, if you're comfortable sitting low and having your desk pretty high, then sure, you could get by with this, but this is only about 2.5 inches above the desk surface. And as a result of that, you're either gonna have to look down at the panel, or again, lower your chair, or put books under it to raise it. And I think all three of those solutions are a bit janky in their own right. Just not ideal. Again, 170 bucks though for this entire package. What can you say? Is it worth it? I actually think so. I wouldn't mind putting a few books under it or just adjusting my seat height. For 170 bucks, piece of cake. What if we like fired up this monitor and it was like the jankiest resolution ever, like 480p, and it just like blatantly lied to us? I think that would be pretty funny. I think just a troll product. That's probably why I'm not in charge of making products. Okay, so you can already see how low this monitor is on the desk. It's just, you have to look down. Like my line of sight is completely above the monitor. So you will likely need to put something under it or just use a custom monitor stand. Either one will be fine. This is our old Firestrike test when we first built the system. This is our budget system here. I'm gonna do UFO test and we're gonna check this bad boy out. So it's an IPS panel, and what that means is you're probably gonna see a fair degree of ghosting. It's not gonna be anywhere near as good as a good TN panel, let's say, but color accuracy, color reproduction is gonna be really good on an IPS panel. Once you go IPS and you're a color fan, it's gonna be really difficult to go anywhere else. VA, maybe, but IPS is known for how good its colors are. And I can already tell you, just by looking at the stock calibration, looking mighty fine. So in our UFO test, you can see 144 Hertz is, it's not as clear as TN. This is very similar to other IPS and even VA panels that we've tested. It's pretty noticeable at 144 Hertz. I would say if you drop down to 120, maybe even 100, the ghosting becomes less apparent at least this frame rate, or this pixel rate, I guess I should say. It's 7 pixels per frame here. Now if I drop the pixel rate down to something like, let's do 240, and you can see very, very smooth image, little to no ghosting at all behind the 144 line. So obviously in faster scenarios where you're swinging left and right, happens to be the case in many first-person shooters, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're aware of the ghosting issues on IPS and VA panels. This is, again, this is not knocking on just this particular panel. Many of them experience it. But again, for 170 bucks, that's not really gonna be my main point of concern. I've focused on ghosting in more expensive, especially VA panels in the past, but this one here, not a big deal for me. We're gonna try the ghosting pursuit camera. And yeah, there's a tiny tail on this line. I would say it's probably more apparent with the white, with the lighter background, but it's not bad. I mean, when you're looking at it from far away, unless you're really trying to find it, it's not terrible, actually. It's really not bad at all. And the more I look at it, the less intense it is. Same thing for the chasing squares page. You can see a slight amount of ghosting, or motion blur, whatever you want to call it. But there's just a tail of white behind the white rectangle and a tail of blue behind the blue rectangle. So it's there. I just want you guys to know that it is there. It's not gonna be as good as TN in that respect, but it's a trade-off, right? With monitors, there are tons of trade-offs between the technologies. And this, honestly, if you ask me, is not bad because I've seen worse ghosting than this on way more expensive panels than this. Now this, I feel bad for Nate because this is a really weird shot to film, but this is gonna be a dead pixel checker. There are plenty of websites that do this. They'll give you like full screens of white or red or blue. Actually, I think we can cycle through here. So this is a black one. The way to check for dead pixels or stuck pixels, there are many different forms of quote unquote dead pixels, is to kind of flash all these different colors and see if any pixel is stuck on a certain color. Maybe there's a dead subpixel. I love the IPS, I don't think that's as likely. Let's see, I'm really not seeing anything, nothing apparent. I obviously want to make sure there's no dust or anything because that could totally throw you off. But this panel is really impressive. I don't see a single dead pixel on here. This is for what, a 170 bucks? Pretty good. Obviously this isn't, this isn't a huge sample size, but this one's not bad. I'm pretty impressed with this. So no dead pixels. Good job, Pixio. The more I investigate this panel, the more impressed I am with it. And I've reviewed many Pixio panels, many Viatech, MSI, LG, Samsung panels. But for this price, I'm really sold on it so far. There's only one more thing to test, and that's the rear speakers. Now, you don't buy a monitor for the speakers, but I am curious to hear if they're worth anything or not. All right, so I'm just gonna pop off the lav mic here and stick it close to a video of mine.
Pick these apart, stay with me. The Be Quiet Fearbase 500 is a series.
Okay, they're pretty trash.
Packs enough space for a 360mm AIO, full-size ATX motherboard, and extended graphics card, along with a 140mm bracket.
Now, you don't buy a monitor for the speakers. Again, I want to emphasize that, but at least you have speakers in here. I mean, can I really complain? I don't really think so. A lot of monitors don't have speakers at all, and if you're in a dire situation where your speakers fail, you don't have speakers set up at the moment, this can work. So again, I want to recap the specs: 1080p, 144 Hertz, IPS, 24 inches, kind of a cheap stand. Ghosting is there, but not severe at 144 hertz. Really thin profile, VESA support, comes with a DisplayPort cable, external AC adapter, 170 bucks. It really doesn't get much better than this for the price. I'm not joshing you guys. This is one of the best panels from a value perspective I've ever reviewed. So if you guys are interested, you can find this in stock currently. We've linked it down below to a few different sites. I think they sell it even at Walmart. So if you live near a Walmart, you can go pick it up right now. You can buy it on Amazon. I believe it's also on Newegg. Like, they sent this about a month ago and they're like, hey, we have a really good value monitor we want you to review. And I was like, okay, well, it's set in my garage for admittedly a few weeks. And I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how good it is for the price. I didn't know it was only 170 bucks first off. And I didn't expect it to be this good once I found out what the asking price was. So give it a look and at least check it out on Amazon. If you see one on display, maybe in Walmart or Best Buy or somewhere, I think you will be impressed for the price. Again, 1080p, 144 hertz IPS. Really good package for that price. If you guys like this video, thumbs up, click the red subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. And you might be able to catch Pepsi in the next one as well. She's been pretty lazy today, but she's interested in tech. What more can I say? Women in tech, it's a good combo. Right, Nate? Nate says yeah. Oh, this is getting awkward. Sorry, did I wait? Sorry. I didn't mean that. Don't scratch the screen. I'd appreciate it. If you guys like this video, thumbs up, you know what to do. Click that red subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. My name's Greg. Thanks for learning with me. And his name's Nate. What if I told you you could get a 24-inch 1080p 144 hertz monitor? What if I told you, yeah, we're gonna do this one more time. Here we go. All right. What if I told you, eventually I'll get it. Okay. And then what if I also told you that you could buy, okay, there are a few options that are around that price. What if I also told you that, I just spit, I'm gonna redo that.